The Chamber of Commerce and Industry has called for further measures to reduce the cost of doing business. Zaki President Chabuka Kawesha has urged Minister of Finance Ngandu to revisit some measures to insulate Zambian businesses from the impact of COVID-19. Earlier, Minister of Finance Ngandu announced measures such as suspension of excise duty on imported and alcohol-based sanitizers and suspension of imported duty on concentrates in the mining sector, among others. Dr. Ngandu was speaking when he addressed the nation on the impact of COVID-19. Coronavirus cases in Zambia have now risen to 22, while on the global scene, cases are standing at 565,000 with over 25,000 deaths. Whether with or without crisis, business must go on. Hit hard by COVID-19, entrepreneurs are looking for safety nets that will ensure their survival. In Zambia, cases of the global business disruptor COVID-19 are on the rising trajectory, putting more pressure on the copper-dependent exporter.
When we tested the first 8 contacts, they tested positive. That's what brought our number from 4 to 12. When we tested the next 54 contacts, we brought out 4 positive cases. That's what brought our number to 16. When we tested the next 72 contacts in the last 24 hours, 6 were confirmed positive. That brings our total number of laboratory confirmed COVID-19 cases to 22.
Different countries are coming up with different stimulus packages to ensure that while COVID-19 is still on the loose, businesses will be inoculated from its debilitating impact. Minister of Finance Ngandu has joined the bandwagon and announced the stimulus effect that Zambian businesses should expect.
Government will release 2.5 billion kwacha to deal with the following. 1, reduce domestic arrears owed to domestic suppliers of goods and services. This will not just put liquidity in the economy, but give support to the small and medium enterprises which have been heavily affected by non-payment from the past.
The Zambian business community, however, feels that these measures are not enough, considering trends such as the rising cost of doing business.
We would like the minister to revisit a few other elements so that industry can see real relief during this crisis. Because we also don't know how long the crisis will stand, but we believe the minister could have gone a little bit further than where they stopped at.
Meanwhile, the National Association of Small and Medium Small-Scale Contractors is happy with measures such as 140 million kwacha, which has been released for contractors in the road sector.
It may not be enough, but half a lot is better than nothing. What they have done, remember in January we received about 300 million kwacha. Again, they have set aside 140 million kwacha. To me, it is better.
What businesses were expecting are downward, if not suspension, of taxes such as turnover tax and VAT to have more breathing room. Diamond TV News, Wenson Mavor. We now get to hear from seasoned business analyst and of course economist who is also managing consultant of Bridges Limited. Good evening, Mr. Chibamba Kanyama.
Hi, good evening.
Good. So first things first, Mr. Kanyama, I would like to hear from you. Do you think that these measures that the minister has announced are adequate to enable businesses in Zambia survive the tide of COVID-19?
Not completely adequate. Of course, it will never be adequate because it's not only about coronavirus crisis we've had. There has been some challenges over the past 1 year in terms of the economy and liquidity, high interest rates, and now we're talking about the exchange rate, which is highly unstable, the kwacha depreciating, inflation is rising. So the impact is larger than the money that the minister is putting in. However, like I listened to somebody just now from the small scale, it's better than nothing to go towards easing the pressure that most of these small-scale industries have been facing, pensioners themselves. What we need in Zambia is liquidity. Of course, it has its own impact that more money now, not really more money, but any injection of cash into the system, it means there's much more kwacha than yesterday and much more higher demand for the dollar than yesterday. So we are facing the other side effect is unstable kwacha again. But this is a place where the Bank of Zambia must watch. So that there's quite some balance as government does this mini stimulus package. There is also a response by the Bank of Zambia.
All right. There was no mention on tax adjustments such as, payee and taking into account rising inflation. Will it be easy for Zambians?
Now, we must be able to separate what the minister is allowed to do. The minister has got power on certain areas which are called tax neutral. Tax neutral empowers the minister to move money from certain area to another. There are certain leverages that he has. But anything that overall affects the budget, it has got parliament. Parliament has to approve those decisions. So he understands his own limits as a minister. And if he has to make any concessions in pay as you earn, he has to go back to Parliament, make new proposals, which is a reduction in government revenue, and Parliament has to approve that.
All right, finally, Mr. Kanyama, you did mention that some of the measures that were announced today definitely are not adequate looking at the spectrum of the challenges that surround our economy. What I'd like to find out is what maybe do you think the minister, or what do you recommend government to be able to consider to make sure that businesses in Zambia at the moment, can be insulated from this coronavirus?
The major problem right now is high interest rates. We are above 30%. Some banks are charging in the north of 35%. We need a breather. The central bank tightened the monetary policy in December last year. They may have to do the conventional. By all standards, the Bank of Zambia should adjust further monetary policy rate and increase certain reserve ratios upwards. But because of the circumstances right now, is to do the reverse of it and reduce certain reserve ratios, reduce monetary policy, so that we have much more liquidity than what the minister is pumping through his fiscal policy.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Kanyama, for joining us on the Diamond News Desk at 8 this evening.
You're most welcome.
So moving on, we get to hear from our editorial comment for the day, which is your Diamond Insight.
This is your Diamond Insight for tonight of Zambia's COVID-19 induced wake-up call. Finance Minister Dr. Bwalyangandu's statement on the impact of coronavirus on the Zambian economy can at best be described as a wake-up call for Zambia to become self-sufficient in production, manufacturing and value addition. If we were to take a critical approach, we will describe the statement as hollow, for it has failed to provide practical solutions that will actually provide meaningful relief for businesses and Zambian consumers. However, we would like to amplify on the lost opportunity for Zambia and the countries in the sub-region to enhance local production of goods and strengthen synergies for regional trade. According to the man in charge of Zambia's treasury and economy, the global reduction in merchandise trade has impacted negatively on revenues, particularly for commodity exporting economies. He adds that the cancellation of flights by major carriers has also impacted negatively on trade in services such as tourism, while commodity prices have drastically reduced. In the case of copper, prices opened the year at $6,165 per metric ton and closed at $4,754 per metric ton on Wednesday, 25th March of 2020. Dr. Ngandu has explained that the international economy has seen investors diverting their funds from traditional assets such as stocks to safe havens that include the US dollar, attributing this to the US dollar strengthening against other currencies, including the kwacha, which has seen a depreciation. On the impact of COVID-19 on the Zambian economy, the minister projected that the Zambian economy is likely not to grow at 3.2% as earlier anticipated. In view of the recent developments, growth is now projected to be low at around 2% despite the anticipated significant recovery in the agriculture sector. The The sectors that are projected to slow down on account of the pandemic include tourism, which will lose about $7 million, mining, which will lose another 1 billion kwacha, manufacturing, construction, as well as wholesale and retail trade. This is where the wake-up call lies. While we agree with the Minister that we must not compare the measures that Zambia is taking with those of other countries on account of differing circumstances, we assert in fact that Zambia has far much resources than some of the biggest economies. We have rich forests, abundant water resources, fertile land, and a wealth of minerals that we only fail to utilize fully. What we would have expected to hear from Dr. Ngandu are the strategies that government is going to put in place to use this crisis as an opportunity to finally focus on value addition, local production for Zambia to become self-sufficient. Simply put, a long-term stimulus package to thrive and develop local businesses and the manufacturing industry. For now, we can only hope that the 2.5 billion kwacha that has been announced to be paid to local suppliers will put liquidity back into the market, another 140 million kwacha to local road contractors, as well as the payment of retirees. We have also heard of the exemption in terms of excise duty on ethanol that we hope to see or trigger a decrement in the price of sanitizers and other ethanol-based products. For now, we can say a fair try by the Minister of Finance, walking a tightrope. There's only so much that he can do. That is your Diamond Insight for tonight. We can only say that we look up to God Almighty in these challenging times, that He can come for the world, and pray for the well-being of mankind in this tough scenario or tough time of COVID-19.
We now go to Chipate Eastern Province, where sex workers have bemoaned the closure of bars and nightclubs in light of the coronavirus outbreak. They have told Diamond News that they are headed for serious financial challenges if the virus is not contained. On Wednesday, President Edgar Lungu ordered that all bars and nightclubs, among other businesses, are closed completely, while restaurants must only provide takeaways as a means to curb the coronavirus.
The outbreak of coronavirus has affected various businesses in that some have to completely shut while some have to reduce operating hours. Those in the sex industry, who are sometimes referred to as sex workers, have complained that the outbreak of coronavirus has hit them badly. Those talked to say the situation will be worse with the bars and nightclubs closed because most of their clients come from bars and nightclubs.
Agani kulikuwa amazing hata ndisikie mwa mimi nafanya mababa. Anagamba go time mimi anagambia sio kutoa maybe wasapa 24 hours nishovala nzeko is better at least go. Sembe taenda kwa nyumba. Basi. Maybe wasekulako basi cha time mimi wakamba wewe avala futi at least. Ndamunga hapo kulikuwa amazing hata ndisikie olova kude example tivuta
coronavirus. Mayona wafunika ndra tu wakawala bazapaka manji kai manje kuzaswa moenda kwa mimi wazambo kwanya na manyumba wakawala bazapaka ndio wazambo pesa kavambi university kama zachira hapa sasa hizo mwana wazanga zile bene watu mwanga shitile but mwana mapanga atikubala maba zebelasi yako teta imekuwa kwa Trish ankalako mepi mwezi anakambia 24 hours bavala betu fika 24 hours kwa pesa kwa ng'ombe.
They wish they were warned so that they make other alternative plans to earn a living.
Kupeza kutungale na ndopanga plan nishudi na ndram ndipo ngapeze kutacha hapa nzambo sitakuvaso mengati ulipenda ndram zosta bwana plan millions ulipo bozi ngaufuna kutaka ngistart hapa na ati ambopika na filters funi bankali na cash yani kwa sita kufuni bankala nayo na ndram mayo ati sikutenze zibika ati wanana usati bwanji uzangala so kana hivi silence uzati kuzabula vaso ijankankale ati washa prepare data hapa nzambo yambira ko so ngambe ka business kaso nachika ijakuta so kega nzambo chitabwa stina zile vilivozo vene binga shiti vene.
And those in hospitality industry have not been spared by the negative impact of the outbreak of coronavirus. Eastern Comfort Lodge Director Elvis Mhone says there is loss of business, but this is not the time to cry about losses.
Now, those pronouncements which they were made, to me, I take it that they were made out of love. We are concerned, and our cry now is not on the issue of loss of business whatsoever at present, no. But the cry is that if this pandemic can go.
So far, Zambia has recorded about 22 cases of coronavirus. Victoria Kayeye, Dama News, in Chipata.
The National Pension Scheme Authority has implemented various electronic payment platforms for employer to remit employees' contributions. These include online intrabank, mobile money, and debit credit card payment options. The authority therefore wishes to inform all employers and the public that effective 1st October 2019, it will stop accepting cash and check payments for statutory contributions at all its offices along the line of rail and in provincial centers. The authority will further stop accepting electronic fund transfers, RTGS, and DDACC that are not initiated on the intrabank eNAPSA payment platform. Employers are therefore urged to start making use of the stated payment methods before the cutoff date to avoid being inconvenienced. For further details, you can call us on +260 211 395 677 or toll free 677, WhatsApp 0973 000 677 or email info@napsa.co.zm. NAPSA, be smart, secure your future.
Embuzi lilibe konkale mu mugodi. Nichosa guda kumedwalika onze.
Sungani umoyo wabanja lanu chingilizani manzi ya munyanzi na vimbuzi vakonkiri mu mugodi vovomelesewa vevichoka kuli wa Lusaka Water and Storage Company.
Can I have that meal over there? And I really want that crispy, fresh apple taste in the garden. Can I have at the apple?
I think I'll have my big bite 2 meal with Happy Waziwaka. Give us your.
Enjoy an appetizing big bite meal with an Happy drink of your choice. A meal is not a meal without an Happy drink. And now introducing Happy in a can.
There is a core belief at the heart of Liquid Telecom. The belief that every individual has the right to be connected. The pursuit of this vision has seen us build the largest independent fiber network in Africa. From Cape to Cairo, we are connecting more of Africa. Liquid Telecom, building Africa's digital future.
Afternoon, Anne. Afternoon.
I'm gonna tell you why my clothes look bright. Tell you why my clothes look clean. Tell you why they smell so nice. I'm feeling fresh, you know what I mean. It's got a little bit of oxy bleach with a nice perfume that will leave your clothes looking rich and have you feeling good. Ooh, aloha, yeah. Aloha, aloha. You need to try aloha.
Aloha washing powder. Say hello to fresh.
Trade Kings, improving lives.
Welcome back. We'll take a look at more news. Some parts of Chibolia compound in Mufulira district have not had any water for 10 days now. Residents have urged the local water utility in the area to restore supply to the town. Meanwhile, Malonga Water and Sewerage and Sanitation Company says it has set aside 76 million kwacha under the Zambia Water and Sanitation Project to work on the entire water network system in the area.
In Mufulira on the Copper Belt, most taps in this densely populated town have been dry for a long time. Residents in some of these households have had no water supply for over 10 years now.
More than 10 years, then health facilities so tunachulanga mwalosha population ya mno compound tuikala na ikula ile kuja kwa almost every ile.
The residents spoken to by Diamond TV have an appeal to the local water utility firm.
Kwa amabiu kwena ntutu akwata okuirishanyo mulandu wakweba ati amabiu yaresa amenshita twakwata.
Most households in Chibolia draw water from untreated shallow wells.
Ndembako buteko butwafuyishako kumenshi menshi abandira na limbina yavunda kabakutsuta bya yavunda ukamlolere kalile olomwambi okunwa menshi nabana mwanzini twafuyishako pamlandu na menshi na coronavirus ishire mwanzini at least mtu afuyisheko.
Management at Malonga Water and Sanitation Company have disclosed that the water blues here will soon be a thing of the past. The firm has set aside 76 million kwacha for the rehabilitation of the entire dilapidated water and sewer system in Mufulira. Mishek Moyo, Diamond News, Mufulira.
Well, now take a look at what is happening in the courts. The Lusaka High Court has adjourned the matter in which a supposed juvenile was found guilty of murdering his friend Sebastian Lungu during a drinking spree. The adjournment is in order to subpoena a doctor to state the offender's age. In this matter, particulars are that on the 16th of April 2019, the alleged juvenile offender stabbed 21-year-old Sebastian Lungu on the neck at Jesse's Chinese Market in Lusaka. When the matter came up for age determination and sentencing, the defense lawyer Nathaniel Inambal applied for an adjournment on grounds that his client took 2 tests, one analog and the other digital. Mr. Inambal says the analog result indicates that the offender is aged between 14 and 16, while the digital test indicated that he is aged between 18 and 25. Mr. Inambal argues that the state has brought before the court only one document, being the digital result, and in the interest of justice, a doctor must be taken to court to clarify the matter. The judge has adjourned the case to Thursday next week for the doctor to clarify the age without which the court will proceed with the sentencing.
Will it be an order so that the offender is admitted reformatory or sentenced to death? This is a question that will be answered on Thursday next week. The Lusaka High Court has issued a subpoena to a doctor to explain the offender's age. In this matter, 17-year-old juvenile is charged with murder of Sebastian Lungu. Particulars are that on 16th April last year, the juvenile offender stabbed 21-year-old Sebastian Lungu in the neck at Jesse's Chinese Market in Lusaka. When the matter came up for age determination and sentencing, the defense lawyer Nathaniel Inambal applied for an adjournment on grounds that the juvenile took 2 tests, both analog and digital. Mr. Inambal says the analog results indicate that the offender is aged between 14 and 16, while the digital test indicated that he is aged between 18 and 25. Mr. Inambal argues that the state has brought before the court the digital results, and in the interest of justice, a doctor must come to court and clarify. However, in response, Judge N.S.E. Banda Bobo stated that justice is not one-sided and the deceased family needs closure. Judge Bobo has, however, adjourned the matter to Thursday next week for the doctor to clarify the age. But if the doctor won't be before court, the judge says she will proceed with the sentencing based on the digital results. In murder cases, juveniles are ordered to undergo reformation as they are considered young convicts being below 17. But if the digital age of between 18 and 25 is used, the convict is an adult and will be sentenced to death. Rodam Vola, Diamond News.
Emanating from the Copper Belt, 2 women have been stabbed to death in Ndole's Kawama Township in 2 separate incidences. The incidences are believed to be motivated by jealousy in love affairs. One of the victims, Angela Moyo, aged 31, was in the early hours of Thursday stabbed to death by her boyfriend, only identified as John, in the presence of her mother. Copperbelt Province Police Commissioner Charity Katang has confirmed the 2 incidences and adds that both suspects are on the run.
Stabbed to death in Ndola's Kawama Township. The 2 victims, though murdered in separate instances, are believed to be crime of passion. One of the victims, Angela Moyo, 31, was in the early hours of Thursday stabbed to death by her boyfriend, only identified as John. Miss Moyo was allegedly stabbed to death in the bedroom of her house where she lives with her mother. The suspect, who is married to another woman, is said to have had a long-running abusive affair with the victim. Victim's mother, Fanny Moyo, narrates how her daughter was killed in her presence as she watched defenselessly.
So apapareka lipapa na ili nsoi ngame kulula nombo mukashano kumutwala kubedi ekwachia muumina sana na kumukaka ulafi.
Sister to the deceased, Esnat Moyo, also narrates how she previously warned the suspect to stay away from her sister due to his abusive behavior. Copperbelt Police Commissioner Charity Katanga confirmed the 2 incidents and added that both suspects are on the run.
Yes, we have 2 murder cases in Kawama. One occurred today between 02:30 hours and 04:30 hours. Police visited and found the body lying in the bed, naked, facing upwards.
An area councillor, Kefos Mwilo, has called for intensified police patrols in the area.
Mwebanto kwate n'imitima yaruse yakukana kwate okusomya obulopa naturolekesha okusunga obutende tumoni okwebati bali abantu abashire moneka bwino twakwata okubalipota ku buteeko bakwebati tuchingirire enfana shindi.
A manhunt for the 2 suspects has since been launched. Helen Mwandila, Diamond TV News, Ndola.
That's our development. Takes us to a second break. I'll be back with more news.
Class, what word is this? Water. Again? Water. Good. What are you doing?
I'm helping Mom make home safe.
What do you mean by making home safe?
I help Mom do the housework. Mom always washes the fruit and covers the food. Mom makes sure I wash my hands every time after I use the toilet and before I touch any food. Mom uses ChloriPure to keep our drinking water safe.
ChloriPure is safe and easy to use. Read the instructions on the bottle for proper use and wait for 30 minutes before drinking the water. Use ChloriPure correctly and consistently all year round. That way you'll be able to protect your family from waterborne diseases. ChloriPure is now available in pharmacies, chemists, and retail outlets at an affordable price. Make your drinking water pure with ChloriPure.
This message is brought to you by the USAID Discover Health Project with support from the United States Agency for International Development, USAID. From the American people.
Do your gums hurt?
Yeah.
Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile?
All that in one toothpaste?
Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
No 2 people are alike in the world, but these individuals have something in common.
Life is about making the right choices. I choose protection. Excuse me. Can I please have a packet of unscented ultimate condoms?
Bonjour, mommy. Assist me with some change money.
Okay.
In fact, can I get a packet of ultimate condom? Banana scented.
Whatever the situation I'm faced with, at work, at home, at play, I take control. I man up. Protection is about manning up.
Hi.
Hello.
Give me a packet of ultimate condom.
Vanilla scented.
They all use ultimate condoms for assured protection from STIs, HIV, and unplanned pregnancies. Use condoms correctly and consistently for dual protection. Ultimate condoms, assured protection delivered in 3 variants: unscented, banana, and vanilla. Brought to you by the USA Discover Health Project with support from the American people through the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR.
Still wondering how you can own your own home? Build or purchase your dream home with the help of a mortgage from the Zambia National Building Society and enjoy 0% legal fees, 0% survey fees, 0% administration fees, and competitive interest rates. Plus, get up to 100% financing and up to 60 days repayment holiday. What better way to buy or build your dream house than with the ZAMBIA'S Nyumba Banja mortgage promotion? Invest in your future today and bring your dream to life. For more details, call us on 0954-292-904 or 0954-295-168 or email marketing@zmbs.co.zm or visit our website on znbs.co.zm. Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through saving. Terms and conditions apply.
The lockdown of Lord.
The Tourism Council of Zambia has urged the government to suspend tourism levy and other taxes in view of the COVID-19 outbreak. Council Chairperson Vincent Mopaya says the pandemic has left the tourism industry cash-strapped due to cancellation of bookings. According to Mr. Mopaya, over 30,000 employees will lose their jobs if nothing is done. Zambia has so far lost $7 million in the tourism sector.
The lockdown of lodges, bars, restaurants and hotels has left fear amongst operators as a risk having their businesses completely shut down should government fail to provide modalities that will help to sustain their businesses amidst the outbreak of COVID-19. With the increase of cases recorded globally, the tourism industry stands at an awkward position as a result of a number of cancellations that have been made. A glimpse at some of the hotels in Lusaka, such as Southern Hotel, shows empty spaces with no bookings. The Tourism Council of Zambia are now lobbying government to suspend the tourism levy and other taxes in order to keep the industry alive. Council Chairperson Vincent Mupwa says the cost of doing business is high compared to the revenue.
Please come to our aid now so that things to do with VAT, the waiving of VAT on tour packages, waiving of or giving a relief on pay-as-you-earn, giving us a relief on NAPSA penalties, the penalties that come with NAPSA and the penalties that and also we're saying, look, for the tourism levy, we need to have it probably suspended, if there is such a term, to suspend it for a period whilst the industry gets its momentum.
A lot of these companies, hotels, lodges, have bank overdrafts, bank loans. How are they going to pay this? So we are asking the banking institution through the Bank of Zambia to see if they can waive interest on these loans and overdraft for a period of time.
Mr. Mpwaya is also worried about what will happen to the 30,000 people who risk losing their jobs should the pandemic escalate.
We want to see how we will be helped in terms of labor because labor is cardinal. None of us sitting on this table would like to see people lose jobs, but would like to protect jobs. How can we protect jobs? We need government and the Ministry of Tourism and the Ministry of Labor to come forward and assist us today, not tomorrow.
The Ministry of Labour Permanent Secretary Chanda Kazia says his ministry has set up modalities that will help the employees that have been affected.
There is some guidance we are awaiting from, there is a coordination unity under the Vice President. So we are all fitting into that and then review it. But otherwise, the tripartite Consultative Labour Council was there. So we've made some recommendations which we think that needs to be cleared before we can actually speak to those.
According to statistics, Zambia has so far lost $7 million in the tourism sector in terms of revenue amidst the pandemic. Taras Jonya, Damo News.
Let's now see how the kwacha is performing against other major currencies. Against the United States dollars, the kwacha is buying at 17 kwacha 77 ngwe and selling at 17 kwacha 82 ngwe. Against the Great British Pound, the kwacha is buying at 21 kwacha 78 ngwe and selling at 21 kwacha 85 ngwe. Against the European currency, the kwacha is buying at 19 kwacha 51 ngwe and selling at 19 kwacha 57 ngwe. Against the South African rand, the kwacha is buying at 1 kwacha and selling at 1 kwacha 1 ngwe. We'll take a break and I'll be back with sports.
Still wondering how you can own your own home? Build or purchase your dream home with the help of a mortgage from the Zambia National Building Society and enjoy 0% legal fees, 0% survey fees, 0% administration fees, and competitive interest rates. Plus, get up to 100% financing and up to 60 days repayment holiday. What better way to buy or build your dream house than with the ZAMBIA'S Nyumba ya Banja mortgage promotion? Invest in your future today and bring your dream to life. For more details, call us on 0954-292-904 or 0954-295-168 or email marketing@zmbs.co.zm or visit our website on znbs.co.zm. Zambia National Building Society. Shelter through saving. Terms and conditions apply.
For those school lunches, for that much needed break at the office, or just to replenish your energy levels, for that all day, every day soothing refreshment, nothing beats the refreshing fruity milkiness of Shake and Sip Fruity Milk. Shake and Sip, when fresh meets fruity.
Trade Kings, improving lives.
Here is my good friend Joseph. This is his world. Here he is the biggie. He pays close attention to every corner, to every finish, to the top of each and every table. He's got a real feel for it. Oh, you thought I was talking about furniture, did you?
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums.
Ah, Colgate Herbal.
Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Woi, lero tikombo ya tipo ni zona. Woi, mishao kanka mais. Nona njala ngala pa haiti. Mongali kata tizeo. Aidaulo samba kumanja kulibe. Hey, Jinex Police.
Imwe,
contravening Cap 7 of hygiene laws. Nkudia samba kumanja. Je hygiene ya branch. Bad hygiene malpractice.
Apa numba diarrhea. Yala mixta assault pamala.
Since ati James yamanje sio pala la monga ya kudala. That's why mfunko sambila na hygienic soap. Mabera you. Officer Pompi.
Go please, madam.
Go and hygienics and kurukuta them right now. Hygienic soap is a powerful antibacterial soap with active silver technology formulated to kill 99.9% of germs.
Hygienic soap. You are safe in our hands.
Hey, can you give me one
Hey,
packet of Maximum
excuse me.
condoms?
Can I please get a packet of Maximum Classic condoms? Don't be shy. It's triple tested, trusted protection.
Hey, I'll get 2 packets of Maximum Classic condoms, please, right now.
Condoms protect you from STIs, HIV, and prevent unplanned pregnancies. Use condoms correctly and consistently for dual protection. Maximum Condom, trusted protection, is triple tested. Brought to you by the USA Discover Health Project with support from the American people through the United States President's Emergency Plan for AIDS Relief, PEPFAR.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with me. We now take a look at some developments in sports. Kuku compound residents at the NSOLO corner have continued playing their NSOLO and draft games without following the new measures instituted by the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization to prevent the coronavirus. Many sporting activities have been suspended due to continued spread of COVID-19. NSOLO Corner Chairman Jose Mwanza says there has been no measures put up to protect themselves because they do not have money to buy washing basins and soap. And young people also play draft at the corner seem not to have enough information on how to prevent spread of COVID-19 despite being aware of the deadly virus.
Despite the rise in the number of coronavirus cases in Zambia since the first 2 were recorded on March 18, 2020, it's life as usual for some Zambians. Some people in Lusaka are still not taking precautions of preventing the virus from spreading. This is NSOLO Corner in Kuku compound, where people from different age groups meet to play NSOLO and draft. When many people are putting up hand-washing basins to ensure hands are always free of the virus, it's not the case here. This place accommodates at least 20 people. Kuku NSOLO Corner Chairman Jose Mwanza attributes failure to put up health measures to lack of finances.
chimankhala kumuchi jeuti atrusinga lese muchitego generate teninka mwina so siliko taziwa ali hapa ina ngakulu alibe financial mass so tikapanga tlese mwe khale na ngale kuthandizeko makamaka waboma kaizilo ndi kuli matwazi ina alucha donate something monga ngoita sanitize kumachakwa tingayamikire kwambiri atati tumirako pano so that twatina pepe pa public pano ajamile tizapo siapo twenda kamera tizapo jamini maizi bazipeza kwa wao abana ajatenga masi ile so that is baziyo opposite to the council chat.
Humphrey Mwansa, who is a regular visitor of the corner, has little knowledge on the virus and how it is spread.
Corona kapani tani kaya tia zike mche mazito atusema kumanja na safu nenda nkane kwenda kushopu kusema kumanja kwa nkane mvambi je kuchika
That's it for Diamond News Desk at 8 with me, Wenson Mavora. Thank you for taking the time to watch. And of course, those of you that were with me via our social media platforms, we appreciate your presence. Good night.
Diamond TV, television reinvented.
Masuwa ya sopano muzafwasisa manje na vishala vyemutaya masuwa na vimbuzi vamanzi ndiye pamene nizachoka nopita ponse.
Sungani umoyo wa banja lanu chitani connect kuli masuwa pipe ya sopano yaba Lusaka Water and Storage Company osaponyelamo vishala.
Get ready to step it up with GoTV. Step up your entertainment with GoTV.
How does this work? You need to listen to me.
Pay your account now and we'll upgrade you to the next GoTV package. Don't wait. Pay now and step up to more for the whole family.
That's exactly what I want.
GoTV. Live it, love it.
There is a core belief at the heart of Liquid Telecom. The belief that every individual has the right to be connected. The pursuit of this vision has seen us build the largest independent fiber network in Africa. From Cape to Cairo, we are connecting more of Africa. Liquid Telecom, building Africa's digital future.
Like a mother's love, Tasty High Juicy is made from high-quality fruits. Start your day with Tasty. For that full breakfast, you can never go wrong with Tasty High Juicy. Treat your child to the lovely benefits of Tasty High Juicy. Tasty comes in different flavors. Manufactured by Revin Zambia Limited. For details, contact Revin Zambia Limited on +260 972 211 113. Email us on info@revinzambia.com or visit www.revinsarl.com.
This week on the Queens of LSK, Tosh, Mimi, and Bombshell discuss sex. Is it right for a woman to request for sex?
Chito yako no munyumba ukakwatira suna bora kuja chicken and chips. So mamuna ndata provide ndiye chito yako kupemba.
Okay, listen. I'm a human being, right?
Straight.
I got feelings too.
That's right.
I think it's okay for me to ask.
They also discuss the misuse of social media.
Yeah, the girl was just playing, then she was naked, her friends had taken the video of her being naked, then accidentally it was posted on social media.
Was it accidentally?
I think it was.
Catch this and so much more on the Queens of LSK this week on Wednesday and Thursday at exactly 22:30 hours only on the home of Z Pop Culture.
Bring the fun home with Box Office this February. Having a sleepover? Why not invite the Addams boys and ghouls to join you?
Totally awesome.
It's very obvious why Maleficent and Aurora should also make the list. Well, well. Just press the green button on your remote, grab the popcorn, and start watching with DSTV's School of Laughter.
As required by the National Health Insurance Act No. 2 of 2018, the mandatory registration of Zambian citizens and established residents to the National Health Insurance Scheme commenced on the 1st of October 2019. Therefore, all employers are required to register their employees. This includes those employed in government agencies and parastatals, the private sector, NGOs, as well as domestic workers, shopkeepers, and